Welcome to Femme Radio with your host, LP Giobbi, and this week we have 100 Drums. In early summer 2021, 100 Drums released a politically potent EP on Zed's Dead's Dead Beats label. Enough is Enough outlines the struggles of being Black in America set against the backdrop of police violence, systemic racism, and the protest movement still pervasive in a world 1 year removed from the death of George Floyd. Unlike anything the Powerhouse bass label has ever released, a mini-documentary companion piece gave fans an inside look at the making of the record. Through it, Watson tells the story of her own mistreatment at the hands of the police and the genesis of the music and message she so desperately needed to convey. In industries saturated with vapid party anthems, 100 Drums chose to use her platform to deliver substance alongside sound. Watson cut her teeth in dark and sweaty basements as well as massive festivals such as Okeechobee, Lightning in a Bottle, Summer Camp, Electric Forest, and The Gorge. She has opened for legendary artists such as Rez and Subtronics, and her new single, Drift, is a beautiful and powerful representation of her skills as a sound designer and producer. Welcome to Femme Radio. It is an honor to have you.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here, and I'm such a big fan.
Same. So tell us your origin story. How did you not only get into producing, but how did you then transition into making it your profession?
Oh my God. Yeah, very good question. So I started raving in like 2006, and I think the rave that really stole the cake for me was 2008 EDC. Los Angeles. And that, for some reason, something about being there that time, that year, is what really hit me like, this is what I want to do. And it was also that festival in particular where I met so many other people that helped me follow the rabbit hole and go deeper in my exploration. So that's where I learned about lucidity. And it's one of the first transformational festivals that I've went to. It taught me about moon tribes. So I started going to underground desert parties, and it taught me about just so much more underground collectives that just go far beyond the majors like Insomniac, you know? And so as I started DJing, as I was learning over the years, but my 100 Drums project launched in I started out as a DJ first. I wasn't even considering being a producer because I just am passionate about other people's music. And I was just like, I'm gonna DJ. So after doing that for about a year alongside being a promoter for B-Side LA, I was like, well, I want to do more. I want to travel more. I want to make an impact, and I want to, do more cool stuff with music. And the only way to really grow, you need to produce. James Hype actually speaks a lot about this. And I love that this is the advice that he gives to up and coming DJs. Like, I'm going to tell you the rare truth. You need to produce, because all the biggest DJs that blow up, it's from their music. Like, there's some legendary DJs, but I feel like they're really the needle in the haystack,
For sure.
And but being a producer, I realized is how to make a difference. So I started producing the end of 2014, beginning of 2015, and started learning just by asking all my friends and watching YouTube tutorials. So I'm very much self-taught, and did my first release in 2018. And I will be the first to tell you that if you listen to my music in the beginning and listen to my music now, I understand the ghost production accusations, because my God, I am 10 times fucking better. And thank you for calling me ghost produce, motherfucker, because you're giving me a compliment that I'm actually good at my shit.
Wait, that is incredible. Oh my God. I was actually just I was nodding my head when you started saying that, because if you listen to what I was first making, which I put out in the world, I'm like, oh my God. But you know what? You're right. It's a diary. It's a diary of your progression as an artist, as a producer, and like also your taste evolves, And so that's like, the more shows you go to, the more you're, the more that you get to experience, the better it's going to be also. So I think that's just the hard, cold truth.
It is.
Well, good for you.
In the beginning, I was trying to do something specific, but I could pinpoint the exact moment or like the exact time in my life where everything changed for me. And that was when I went on tour with Subtronics for the Anti-Fractals tour.
How did that even? Because like, this is, being a co-founder of FemHouse, the main question that I get asked, like, these women are gender expansive individuals, go through our courses and they learn, and then they're like, okay, I can make music, I'm good, now what? So
Mhm.
that's always like, I never know, there's a million different blueprints, and which is exciting, but also overwhelming. So how did that happen for you?
Just over the years of like growing and putting out music and really starting to make a name for myself even more. And I ended up getting signed to Wasserman at the time to
Hmm.
Tony Chapman and Burko. And
Hmm.
they really helped elevate my career and experiences. And they put me on tour with Subtronics. And I've always been a Subtronics fan. I've also watched his glow up as well. And he is the blueprint. So, just a quick side thing, I look up to Subtronics in terms of DJ technical skills
Okay.
and crowd reaction farming, but I look
Wait,
up.
crowd reaction farming. I've never heard that. Wait, can we just pause on that? What is that?
So if you go to a Subtronics set, you're probably gonna see the most crowd reactions ever. When I go to a Subtronics show, I always experience the most crowd reactions than I ever do anywhere ever. That man knows how to get the crowd screaming and shocked.
Is it from drops? Is it
It's
from
just the way he makes his drops, yes, but he does like these interlude moments where he strips away everything and gives you some sounds that people are familiar with his music, and then will drop into something completely unexpected. And it's those little brain tickle moments that get
brain
people
tickle?
like, "Oh, what's that? Whoa! I am people. I am people. It's me. I'm whoa."
That is
And I
incredible. Man,
call
I
it
wanna
crowd
see a
farming
set.
because he's so good. And wise words from Jesse, he'll test stuff out, and the minimal reaction he wants is a 7. If it's below, he'll take it out of the set, won't do it again, and find something else. If it's a 7 and up, he'll keep it and he'll keep building off of it. And so ever since then,
Oh
everything
my
I do, it
god.
needs to be a 7 or above, or I'm taking it out of my set and gonna figure out something. So
That is
Jesse's the
wow,
blueprint.
what a great, and he seems like a lovely person. I've never met him, but or
Completely
seen a
through
show,
and
but
through. One of
that's
the
awesome.
sweetest people I've ever met and insanely intelligent, high IQ individual. And I don't
Yeah,
just say that. And
that's not shocking.
we connect. I love talking to him and picking his brain. And he's so kind and takes a moment to talk to people. So he's great. So Jesse is the blueprint for me as far as like
Cool.
how I've been advancing my DJ technique and skills. But Zed's dead. They are my goats. They are the blueprint for
Okay.
me and how I'm doing a lot more of my music, because if you listen to their music, they are also musical and they make bangers. Also, they make all styles of music.
Really?
They make house. Old schools, that's dead. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And when they released their first house track, apparently it flopped. Everyone hated it. And then now all of a sudden some of their house tracks are some of their biggest staples. And
No way. Well,
yeah,
it's like like, yeah, like when Bob Dylan went electric and people were pissed, and
they
now
were
can you
pissed.
imagine him not, yeah, it's, oh, man. Well, good for them for sticking with it and being like, "No, we like the sound, we're gonna do it." That's
Yeah.
awesome.
So I look up to them and how I reshaped a lot of things for 100 Drones, but it started off with being on the Anti-Fractals tour and really watching every Subtronic set on tour because we lived on a bus. I lived on a bus with him and the crew for like almost 3 weeks, and I got to really watch and observe and learn. And I study Jesse when he's performing. I pay attention to what he's doing, and I'm always so impressed, and I'm like, "Damn,
Are all the sets different?
yeah, pretty much, yeah." There's some things that are familiar, like
Yeah,
there's
right, right.
soundtracks he plays in, but
Yeah.
yeah, the man pretty much builds different sets all the time. But
So
you'll
being
still
being
hear
on a
a lot
bus
of familiar
tour.
things and people will talk shit about it like, "Oh, it's the same set." No, it is not. You just saw a
Yeah.
clip of something similar he did at another
Yeah,
show.
yeah, yeah,
It's
totally,
not.
totally.
And he's
Have you,
consistent.
like, I did my first headline bus tour. I've been on a few bus tours opening up, but I recently did my first headline one, and it was, 2 months, and, it was
It's a lot.
I 'cause I was like, "Yes, I don't have to be on an airplane, it's gonna be so easy, I just wake up in the new city, I don't have to travel, amazing." It was a little bit harder than I thought thought it would
Just
be.
as hard,
It's
honestly.
actually just as hard.
Just
Yeah,
as hard. You get to sleep a
and
little
then
bit
you're
more,
I
but
ca maybe if you're lucky, if, like, you're not going through, mountains or something.
yeah.
Um, I like, how was your, like, prepping for, I found that, like, I found the time all of a sudden the show, I'd sound check, and then I would have just like a few hours to prep. And if I wanted to make an edit for that night, how did you find balancing like health and wellness and being on a bus tour? What do you have any takeaways from that? I found it really difficult.
Yeah, I mean, one of the best things about it too on tour was everyone was just so kind and very health conscious. No one really partied.
Really?
None of us really partied. We work, we eat, and we'd sleep. And famous quote by Jesse, smoke as much weed as humanly possible. And so none of us really partied. We all chilled. And when we would just be chilling on the bus driving, we'd all have our laptops out working or maybe playing some video games. But honestly, I think the key thing is eating, sleeping,
Eating and
and
sleeping, man. It's so, I'm
not
like,
drinking really.
I'm
But
like
it's
paying. I'm paying so many doctors so much money just to be like, supplements. Like they're like, honestly, you just need to eat and sleep. I'm
yeah.
like, oh, that's why does that feel so hard?
Eating good too, like,
Yeah,
eating a
right. No,
lot of
eating
crap
good. Like, yeah.
affects you. So, I personally, because I'm much older than people think, but I personally am very big on eating as clean as I can, so I do tend to be very careful as to what I'm eating when I'm on the road. Drink lots of water.
I'm working. Good for you. Okay, we are running out of time, so I am going to. Okay, I have one final question for you,
Yes.
which I'm excited for. You're so cool and interesting. I'm excited to ask you this. What advice would you give your younger self?
Do not listen to anyone's opinions that I do not aspire to be, quite frankly. And if someone is just offering their opinion, a lot of times it's negative and it seems to be in a way that dims your light. And if you respond in a way that they're not happy with, they'll come back at you like you're the
Yeah,
problem.
yeah.
And it's like you're just sharing your opinion, but you're doing so in a very negative way. And you got a negative reaction. And now you want to negatively speak ill about me. That has happened so much throughout my career. And I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that I am a woman. 99% of the times it comes from some really weird dude, the occasional girl. But if you look at the profiles of these people, come on, come on. They all are very much the same breed.
Yeah,
So
this
now,
is so true.
now I only move forward with accepting and appreciating the opinions of those that I aspire to be. For example, you, for example, my managers, my peers, people that are doing really cool things and I respect. I love the opinions from them, but people that
That is
have
such good
no
advice.
idea and don't walk the life or don't do shows or don't play shows or don't produce music and don't DJ sets. Who are you to critique me with your ill-informed opinions? So I
Completely.
just stopped caring because
That's
it's like
beautiful. Good for
you
you.
like thanks, but no thanks. But
Yeah.
if someone that I really truly value and respect is sharing something with me, I take that. I take that. Yeah.
I love that answer. It's such a great answer. Well, we are huge, huge, huge fans. I love your music. I love you as a person. I love everything that you stand for. Make sure to check out her B-side Los Angeles events and the recent launch of her new Drum Circle event series. Very, very special. She really does it all. I'm so impressed with you. And we're here to support you at Femme House. We love what you do, and please stay in touch.
Thank you. I want to show you my shirt.
Wait, no way.